let's say over here, let's say right here, you die as a scientist, okay? The fifth dimension is different paths you could have taken. So, like, this is you as a bum living on the street, okay? It's a different dimension. That's the fifth dimension. What's the sixth?
Okay. Let me
From what off?
Let me
do
correct
it
it real
off of
fast.
what I just said.
Let me correct it real fast.
Don't use third dimension, please. I'm not talking about third dimension.
It's from the third dimension view that you view all of the rest of the dimensions.
I know, but I'm not talking about third dimension.
Okay, but that's what that's talking about.
No, it's not.
It's the sixth dimension only exists from the third dimension view.
That's bullshit.
No.
So a
sixth
sixth-dimensional creature can only see in the third-dimensional view? Bullshit.
Because that's its own dimension.
But a sixth-dimensional creature can see every single possibility.
So what are you saying the sixth...
It's, okay, from the third dimension, from this, pretend this is like the common denominator, okay? For this, to see this, it would have to go to the past and see it evolve. This being the timeline from its birth to end.
Which is the
that
fourth
would be
dimension.
That would technically be the fifth dimension because this is the fourth dimension. This is the past.
The fourth dimension is just not past, though. It's a whole timeline.
But it's talking from this being the specific point of view.
Alright, we're not going to talk about this.
The third dimension is the point of view.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're not talking about point of view. I'm not talking about
That's
point
what
of
it's
view.
about, though.
No,
That's what
not.
the dimensions are about.
No, it's not.
Because third dimension is you. That's
Okay,
physical
yes.
you.
That is us in this dimension. I'm talking
Yes,
about us in
that's
this...
the point of view. That's the main point of view.
Yeah, I think you gotta go back to what he's talking about. I
But
think...
no, but like, I'm talking about a sixth-dimensional creature. I'm not talking about a third-dimensional creature.
But that's...
4th to 10 through 10 only exists through the third dimension.
Because we're trying to perceive it. I'm talking about...
That's exactly what it is. It's the perception.
But I'm talking about...
The 4th to 10 is the perception of the third dimension.
I'm talking about the actual sixth-dimensional creature. Is what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think you might be talking about different things. Maybe I don't know. Like he wants to know.
The perception. Okay, the sixth dimension only exists through the third dimension perception.
Regardless of, I'm not talking about that. I understand what you're saying. I'm saying, what is the difference between the sixth dimension and the fifth dimension?
The fifth dimension is the path from the 4th to the 6th.
Okay,
it's the
obviously.
It's
but what
basically okay. The 5th is basically the third dimension.
Stop being the third dimension, please.
Just listen. The third. Okay, you know how the 4th dimension is the third dimension's view of
death,
from
birth
to death.
Yes,
that's
the
the fourth dimension's
okay, what's
view.
The fifth?
That's the 5th is the 4th dimension's view from birth to death.
No, that's the fourth dimension, bro.
No.
Yeah, that's the fourth dimension.
Okay.
Then what's the fifth? That is the fourth. What you just explained is the fourth. Trust me, I've watched the movie like 30 times. That is the fourth dimension. What's the fifth?
It's the third dimension's view of death.
That doesn't...
It makes sense in my head. I don't know
that's
why it
wrong.
doesn't make sense to you.
That's wrong. That's completely
hey,
wrong, though.
Look at me. Look at me. Hello.
Hi.
Bye, guys.
Peace out, bro.
Bye.
Take it easy, man.
Good night.
But they are saying...
Okay, it's never going to make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. So.
No, all I'm saying, they're saying the fourth dimension...
Play it again.
Okay, hold on.
Play it again.
Wait, no, I'm saying in the way you're trying to say... I said it's from third dimension point of view, okay? You ready? Stop texting your fucking phone. This is you. Hi,
Yes.
I am Derek Worster. Right now,
Yes.
I'm 21 years old.
Yes.
I am 6'2", 6'3". I got
Yes.
brown hair. I have not aged very well. I'm sure I worked very well in all situations because I'm young, okay? This is you in the third dimension. The fourth dimensional creature sees you in all aspects of your timeline. So it sees you as Emery Sack to you in your death. It sees you in every single possible way you have ever been within that one timeline of that.
Yes.
And they say on this, the fifth dimension is different possibilities of from your birth to your death.
Stop right there. The fourth dimension would be... Okay, how do I explain this?
We need to go back to this in the fourth dimension
No,
because
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
understand
no.
what he said at all. You really don't.
Can
you
you
know?
just pause it for a
But
second?
you don't understand what they mean by fourth
Okay,
dimension
you
at all.
know how you...
You're skipping the fourth dimension. You're adding a 3.5 in there, which is the 4. Is what you're doing.
Okay,
You're saying...
Just play it, just play it.
Listen to the fourth again, please.
The first 3 dimensions can be described with these words: length, width, and depth. What word can we assign to the fourth dimension? One answer would be duration. If we think of ourselves as we were 1 minute ago, and then imagine ourselves as we are at this moment, the line we could draw from the 1 minute ago version to the right now version would be a line in the fourth you were to see your body in the fourth dimension, you'd be like a long undulating snake, with your embryonic self at one end and your deceased self at the other. But because we live from moment to moment in the third dimension, we're like our second dimensional flatlanders. Just like that flatlander who could only see two-dimensional cross-sections of objects from the dimension above, we, as three-dimensional creatures, can only see three-dimensional cross-sections
Each and every
of our
one of us
fourth
is
dimensional
smarter than
self.
us right here. Good night.
Good night, Brandon.
I really believe we're all
Pause.
smarter than what this guy's saying.
You understand? It's from a,
Yes,
just
I know what
explain
fourth
it.
dimension is.
But you don't.
I do.
Because you're calling the fourth dimension.
I'm trying to explain to you the fifth dimension. Because you don't get it.
Okay, what's the fifth dimension?
Just
No,
listen
what's the
to
fourth?
what listen to what he says. Listen to what he says.
Wait,
Listen
pause
to what he
it, pause
says.
it. I want you to explain what you think the fourth dimension is.
Just listen to what he
No,
says and
hold on.
then I'll explain it.
No, explain what you think the fourth, not the fifth. What do you think the fourth dimension is? From what
The
he just
fourth
said.
dimension were to be if you, the third dimension, this physical body could see from your birth, well, technically from any time in your past to any time in your future.
Okay, there you go. Exactly.
That's fourth
Okay.
dimension?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's not what you were saying before, though. I hope you know that.
No, I was
That was
explaining
not
the
what.
fifth dimension.
Yeah, but you were going from third to fourth to fifth to sixth, and your
Can
fourth was
anyone
not what
see?
you just said.
Can anyone see in fourth?
No,
No.
because we're three-dimensional creatures. We can't see the fourth.
We
No one
view
has-
things, we view time as two-dimensional.
Basically-
But no one can ever?
I think if you have the right glasses.
If you have the right glasses?
Get like 3D movies.
Funny.
Physically, we see things in 2D. Either it's the past, the present, or the future. It's
Right,
2D.
but things could
One
exist
But what they're saying is
upper
fourth.
dimensions.
What they're saying is 4D.
Like
You
seven
can,
dimensions.
as a physical being, you can see yourself as a baby to death.
And
Or any time in
you
between.
would all connect.
Not necessarily. It'd be like baby me, a little bit older, a little bit older, a little bit older, a little bit older. Me, a little bit younger. No, a little bit younger. A little bit younger, a little bit younger, a little bit younger. Me, a little bit older, a little bit older. That kind of thing. Get it?
So it'd be whenever you
And then
see
the fifth dimension.
It's like if you could see every type of change in your physical life from birth
Beginning to end.
to present to end.
Okay.
But there
And
wouldn't be
what's-
no present
what's
because it'd
fifth?
be
That would be if you could see in 4D.
The fifth
Fifth?
dimension is every single possible every single possible outcome of your life that is possible. You'd be able to see every single.
Like if you
possible
could be
outcome.
a lawyer.
So let's say right now I don't know what you went for school for. Let's say you want to be.
Your chips
no.
are about to fall or some shit. Whatever those are, they're about to fall.
Let's say you want to be a basketball star. Okay, so right now you're in the NBA. Okay, that's one timeline. And then over here, in the other dimension, the fifth, you are a doctor, and over here you're an accountant, and over here you are a
You
bum
can be all
on the
those
street.
at the same time, or you can just see all those. At the
You-
same
well, they're all happy at the time in the fifth dimension, technically.
That would be the fifth dimension.
So the sixth dimension is just someone who's able to jump from one to the other. But if a fifth dimensional creature can see them all, how come they can't go from one to the other? That's my question.
Wait, say that again?
If fifth dimension is all those different possibilities, how can a fifth dimensional creature cannot jump from one to the other, but a sixth dimensional creature can?
I think what they're saying is the fifth dimension could interfere with any type of branch. It wouldn't technically be the end result that you see, but it could be any time between the end result and the fourth dimension, which would be any point in your lifetime. It'd be that branch from. It'd be the path, the journey.
And what's the sixth
I
then?
can't take it.
That would the sixth would be that end journey. Like let's say
Would be the end?
let's say
Bathroom?
let's say the fourth dimension is.
Oh, they're saying the sixth is the end, basically.
Are you making
What?
something?
Yeah, the sixth
I'll
would
like it, right?
No.
That should make me want.
What's in here?
be the sixth would be
Something burning down.
Is that Debbie's there?
I think it's like
Oh,
burning.
wow.
There's no cheese on
They
it.
fucked that shit up. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there we go. They're arguing. Stephanie's bitching about family parties.
Oh, really?
But I only think it's because Tony is here, and Tony doesn't like. I think he's bored,
Actually, it's not even hot at all.
Oh, really?
Not at all. What?
Oh,
Not at all.
we should just put it in.
It just looked burnt because of the.
It's dark, yeah.
I need Keith, can you give